The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello. Happy New Year. If you don't know who I am, like who this lady on my screen talking, I am NicoleDVick, and welcome to NicoleDVick Live. Woo! Happy 2023. I'm still tripping. That is 2023. It feels like what happened to the rest of 2022, but on the other hand, I'm glad because we need to move forward. We need to push through. Okay. I just want to say real quick, though, real quick. My 2023 has started off with a bang. Like I have had the most amazing week and a half, 2 weeks. On January 6th. Y'all already know because I done told y'all about 499 times already, but I'm gonna say it again because the folks on YouTube might not know. I was featured on a national television show. It's a reality television series, and it's called All the Single Ladies, like the Beyonce song, All the Single Ladies. And I am on the episode called Side Chicks. And let me tell you, it has aired on the Oprah Winfrey Network. It is also live on YouTube if you want to watch it there. Because, like, for me, I don't have cable on. I'm like, I don't even know how to watch it on. So it's on YouTube if you want to see it. I was all up in the comments, and the folks were loving it, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, what kind of story? What what happened to you?" So if you have not seen it, you have to go watch it and watch all the other episodes. I met some of the women on the other episodes at our little show premiere. Amazing women, amazing stories. And honestly, this is really about knowing better and then ultimately doing better. And hopefully this will help other women who are going through something or, just need a little, guidance, like, baby, don't go that way, go this way. So check out All the Single Ladies on Oprah Winfrey Network, or you can watch the episodes on YouTube. So yeah. And just a little bit of a backstory on what the show is about. It's featuring Black women of all walks of life as they tell their real dating stories. They're, often comedic, but then it's like, ooh, women of various ages. I think a woman was 72 years old that's also featured on the show. And, she got a wealth of knowledge to share. So we're talking about the good, the bad, the ugly with our relationship. So definitely check it out. All right, today's episode, it's a new year, and I just found out that today, January 12th, is Stick to Your New Year's Resolution Day. I didn't know that, but here we are. I hope by now most of you have thrown resolutions in the trash. I don't do them no more. I ain't got time. But let's talk about that. We're going to talk about why resolutions are trash and what we should be doing instead. But before I do that, after I do that, we're going to take a trip down memory lane for last year's NicoleDVick Lives and talk about what we want to do in the future. So let's bring on my co-host. Why did I yell like that? I don't know. Like I was at a football game. I don't even know. I feel like when's the last time I seen you? First of all.
Oh my gosh. Oh, when did we go to the wine bar?
Oh, okay. That was October?
Was that in October?
Was it after Thanksgiving? Or before Thanksgiving? Well, it was
remember, but that would have been, I think that's the last time in person.
Yes.
So
well, how
hey,
you doing?
okay.
How you doing?
I'm good, girl. How you doing?
Happy New Year. And listen, I don't know how we ended up matching. I don't know. Because we didn't have a conversation about this. The sweater's the same color, the ponytail, yours is to the back, mine is to the top. I mean, I don't know. I should have put my glasses on.
And I had mine off, but I needed to read, get my little notes together so I can be professional.
Let's have a conversation real quick before we jump into this about glasses. So I went to the eye doctor because my eyes were bothering me, and they told me it wasn't, because I swore, I said, well, it's an animal in my eye. It's okay. I'm a doctor. The eyes, just take my eyes out. I understand. It's fine. He was like, first of all, your eyes are fine. You need to clean your eyelids a little bit more because of your extensions. I'm like, oh. And I was like, he said, so are you finding that you have a hard time seeing close up now with your glasses on? Are you having a hard time? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, you're a candidate for bifocals. I said, motherfucker. He was like, around your mid-40s, your eyes start, deteriorating. I'm like, you know what? I don't like you. So I have to go pick up my bifocals.
Well, I wear bifocals.
When did you start wearing bifocals? No.
Now remember, actually, I probably should have been wearing them in my 40s. I didn't get adult seeing glasses until probably about closer to 49, 50. I should have had my glasses before then. I don't know how, because when I got my first pair of glasses, I put them on. I'm like, how have I been maneuvering around these streets? Because I couldn't see.
You driving me around. I ain't even worried about you driving yourself around. You have driven me around, and you can't see.
Yes, and I'm squinting and all kind of stuff. I was like, oh my goodness! I'm telling you, the heavens opened up when I put them first pair of new glasses on. I was like, I can see.
Ain't that something?
You see, you thinking we cute. It's like, I don't need no glasses, but honey, I don't go nowhere without mine. But I wear bifocals.
Now, did they tell you, and I don't want to stay on this too long, but did they tell you that when you put your bifocals on, that the floor gonna move? Like, if the floor does this, did they tell you that?
No, he didn't say nothing about the floor moving, but I had to adjust, right? Because you got to get your head right when you get them on. So that was a little bit of an adjustment, because I was like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on? But after you get it, it don't take long. You get that together. So, but yeah.
All right, well.
There's cute frames now. There's so much stuff. You don't.
Now,
you look cute in my bifocals.
The lady that got my lenses together was a Black woman, so yes, I'm confident that she got me together, because I bought some from the place. So I'm gonna pick them up. We'll see, because I'm scared about that. But yeah, okay.
You're gonna be fine. If I can function around here with bifocals, you can too.
Child, we'll see. I'm gonna call you then, because I'm gonna need help. All right. So have you made any resolutions for 2023?
I don't do resolutions.
Okay, good. You see,
I don't do resolutions because I never finish them. So it's like, why even start? Because it's like, you start off good, and then it's like, ooh, this is too much, or you get off track. So I don't do that. But what I have been doing over the last several years is I pick a word or phrase for the year, and that really guides my intention for the year. Mm-hmm. And there's things I say that I want to be more intentional about, but it's not like, but I'm not tracking that. I don't become hard on myself if I don't reach it or whatever, but that's what I started to do. So there's like, I do reflections and, there's personal things, but I don't say this is my resolution for the year. So like my phrase or my words for this year is be the light.
Ooh, be the light.
So be the
like
light.
that t-shirt I had. Didn't I have a t-shirt like that?
Yeah. So I'm going to be the light. And so that will inform my actions, behavior, my intentions for the year.
I like it. I like it. I like it. And see, you're one of the smart people. You made the resolution not to make no more resolutions because it work. Guess the percentage of people that abandon their resolutions by February?
75%.
80%. You're very close. 80% of people abandon all the resolutions they make by February. And so that's why mid-January is stick to your resolutions day. We're not doing that. And I picked up this article from Forbes that talked about how the psychology behind New Year's resolutions is faulty. And I think you hit on some of that. Like, well, I mean, you start off happy, but then like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. And then you get discouraged, right? They don't lead to sustainable behavior change because they're not constructed in a way that harnesses motivation. And it turns into long-lasting action and change. Yep. So there's usually three things that happen. And let's see if you agree with this. Okay. New Year's resolutions typically involve one of three things: the wish to stop avoiding something, like getting rid of all the junk in my closet. That's me. I'm like, or the wish to stop doing something that makes you feel good, which I will never understand, but that's what we all do. I'm gonna stop eating candy. Why you finna do that? Candy is happiness. Donuts are happiness. Why you finna do that to yourself? Because you're gonna be mad, right? Yeah. Or the wish to start doing something that doesn't come naturally to you. I'm gonna start jogging. You ain't even got a pair of tennis shoes, but you just decided that's what you're finna do. And that's where that failure kind of gets built in.
I mean, well, all those things are hard, right? And so when you want to, we all know it takes for any behavior shift or something to change. It takes 3 months before that can actually happen. And I think so many people, we set these unrealistic goals, right? Or these things we want to do, and you don't have a plan or process. Like, what's the accountability, right? So it's like to help keep you on track. So it's like, what did you say? The first one was to wish to avoid
something? Wish to stop avoiding something.
I mean, what is the thing? And I think also you have to think about, well, what is it, that thing you're trying to avoid? What's the root cause of that? What is that? And it's connected to lots of different things. And if you don't have a clear understanding of that thing you're trying to avoid, you're going to repeat, you're going to go back to it. You're going to repeat whatever that is. So there has to be some understanding of that to actually even get to a place to not have to, I don't know if it's avoid, but so that does not become this presence in your life that creates boundaries. Exercise. I know probably everybody's like, oh yeah, New Year, what they say at the gyms, the first of the year, those first 2 months they packed, and then, dwindle down to normal. But it's like, what are you trying to achieve, right? It's like exercise just for the just because kind of thing. But it's like, is it something you're putting in place because of either health reasons or for self-care? What is that about? And it doesn't mean you got to go to the gym, right? It can be that I'm going to commit to walking 15 minutes every day, and then you may increase that. But it's like, what's the goal or the purpose behind it versus it's the new year, I need to create my list. And like you said, by February 15th, you over it.
It's gone. And a good point about the exercise thing, I think that I find is, because what I did back, and I forgot to bring my copy of my journal, Lord. What I did in the beginning of 2022 is I set 5 goals. And I don't, like you said, I don't really call them resolutions. It was just 5 things that I felt like I wanted to do and achieve however I achieved them. And one of them was to go outside more, right? And so in one aspect of my life, it kind of happened anyway. Like I had no choice because they said, guess what, sis, you got to come back into the office 3 days a week. So I had to go outside Monday, Wednesday, and Friday anyway. And then I said, well, I'm not going to drive. I'm going to make sure I take public transportation. So that actually knocked off 2 goals. It was get outside more. Well, I got to open the door and walk out the house to get, on the bus to get to the train station. Yep. And then I'm also exercising because I have to walk to the bus, every day to and fro. So I think even just thinking about what do I want to do? I want to move more. Okay, fine. Is that a walk around the park, a walk around the block? Is that going in the backyard and walking around the yard? It doesn't, like you said, it doesn't have to be the gym. You don't have to spend a lot of money. How can you achieve that thing in a way that doesn't force you to deviate from what you normally do, or it becomes like an inconvenience? Because to me, getting in the car to go into the gym, I'm not doing.
Or a punishment, right? It starts to feel like a punishment, right? And then if you don't do it, then, oh my gosh, I didn't follow through, or what, whatever it is, right? But because there's no real purpose connection. And then we just got to stop being so hard on ourselves.
Absolutely. One of my goals was to survive. I said, shit, I'm just trying to get out of here the same way I came in, alive. That was the number one goal. And I was like, did I do that? Check. I'm still alive. I mean, so it's like, let's start from there. And then we can kind of just, do other things. But definitely extending that grace is really important, because often we extend that grace to other people and we don't extend it to ourselves. So that Forbes article talked about a really good way to approach goal setting that I thought was really cool. It was like, first, take stock, look back at what you've done. So then you feel good. Oh, last year I traveled. Last year I tried new things. Last year I went, for my daily walk, whatever it is. Right. And then start to think about, okay, goals. And to your point, not these things of, I must go join a gym. It's like, I want to move more, or I want to be more in tune with myself. Those types of things are a little bit more ambiguous, but that allows you to carve out what works for you, and change it up if you need to, right? So it's not so stringent.
I like that. I mean, I think that's true, right? You're taking some stock into, and I think sometimes with resolutions, it's I need a resolution. You're so focused on the things you didn't accomplish, or it's like didn't go well. So now I need to step it up, like by 10, right? And it's like, if we focus on, last year was hard. There was a lot going on, but this is what I did do. Yes. This is what I was able to accomplish. And a lot of times you end up doing more, exceeding whatever you thought you could or would do, right? And so, but I think we're just so quick to look at or focus on what didn't happen in the negative.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna try it. I haven't set anything this year for myself, but I think I'm gonna try to follow the same kind of tone that I did with the journal last year. But also kind of take that moment to take stock, because it was a lot that happened last year. I traveled out of the country. I finished, school, and it's crazy because now I have less time ahead of me in school than I do. We're actually more than halfway done, and I'm like, that is crazy. And I'm like, I got A's. I got straight A's. I'm like, I'm a little nerd. Look at me. So thinking about those things.
Oh, we know it. Okay, Dr. Vick. You call me Dr. Vick. We know it.
I'm excited too, because I'm like, baby, this dissertation gonna be popping. Woo-hoo! I can't wait to share it with y'all, because it's gonna be a thing. But yeah, so much has happened. So I think it's a great idea. And then just say, okay, well, how can I either build on it in a positive way, or make status quo is fine too. Shoot, I'm gonna put survive again for number 1. I think we almost time for commercial break. And when we come back, we're gonna do a little recap of last year, and then talk about what we want to see for next year. Well, this year. Duh.
This year.
Yeah. All right, commercial break.
Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 72 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 135 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to Pyro Media. Pyro Media Network is a space that makes you feel at home. So if you or someone you know wants to make an impact, then contact PMN by visiting www.pyromedianetwork.com, and we will take your production to the next level.
Pyro Media Network has the best like commercials and stuff. I'm like, can y'all? I mean, do y'all need a voice actor? Because I can talk. I know how to speak.
I like the new music. I like the new music.
Absolutely awesome. So we had a great year last year with NicoleDVick Live. What was your favorite episode, or two or three? Which episode stood out to you?
Oh wow. I like so many of them. Did we do the one with Fran last year?
We did.
So I loved that one. I just thought it was nice, to have us and then with Kelly and Fran. So that nice intergenerational. Why am I feel like some of stuff is like such a blur? Oh, I also like the one. And I'm following her now on Instagram. She's Dr.
Dr. Jackson.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought that was good. I just loved her energy. She's just fun.
Okay, we need to have her come out here and hang with us. Like, hello.
Yeah, she just seems fun. And then I feel like I'm missing.
I feel like the HIV/AIDS one was really good too. The one we did with child, you know her. I forgot her name. And then the other lady who's a nurse. It was a nurse, and then the HIV/AIDS advocate. And we were talking about Black women, how they're left out of PrEP. And I think Dante came in and asked the question, do you feel supported by Black men?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yes. That one was fire. That was good.
That was good.
Oh my God, because I was sitting here like, oh, was I there? Did I?
Yes.
Oh, no, but that was right. Because when Dante's comment, because I asked his question and I couldn't even get it out good because she's like, nope.
It was immediate. I mean, I feel like we had an amazing year, and I agree because that's what I have in my notes. The episode with Fran, to hear that wisdom, and something I mentioned, I made a quick video and put it on Instagram earlier. I was like, the knowledge transfer in both directions, right? Because of course the expectation is because Fran is seasoned, that she has the wisdom in it, and she does, right? But then also Kelly, you know, it being the, what is she, millennial, also had knowledge. And so it was kind of like, and we in the middle, right? Gen Z,
Yep.
I mean, Gen X, Gen Z, child, Gen X. And so we're like getting it from both directions. And it was really beautiful to see and to hear. And I feel like my wish is that we become more intentional with that kind of knowledge transfer from those generations, because we often, I'm gonna say often, even though people are like, no, it's not true. We do. We feel like once you get to a certain age and you old, quote unquote, you don't know what you're talking about. Child, yes, the hell we do. So I love that. So we definitely have to, maybe we need to do that again, because I know, Fran, we was gonna touch on love and we didn't get deep.
We didn't get to, we had said we're gonna do a part 2 so we can get to that part, because that would be fun. And I think what I just really overall like about just the topics and the folks that have been able to join is just the opportunity to have the space to actually have these conversations, right? And it's like, we could have them just you and I, but it's nice to actually even have others come in, share their perspective, and just give more to it, because it's coming from all different places. We all take information in. Some of these things, some of these topics don't happen enough, right? And for me, if nothing else, if it sparks something from the audience, and then they start having a conversation with somebody else, and then I feel like we did our job.
Absolutely. And you know, it's so funny, what you just said reminds me of actually what the producer talked about, why all the single ladies, the show actually came into being, because we don't have a space for those kinds of stories to be told. And there's a lot of shame and, well, no, I ain't gonna say nothing, because then, everybody gonna think I'm something. No, we have to speak. We have to share, because we could be helping somebody, to your point. A little bit tidbit of knowledge could just, oh crap, all right, let me not do that. Or let me talk to somebody and get some help. So I absolutely agree. So very important. So yeah, we got to bring Fran and Kelly back. Maybe Fran, Kelly, and somebody else. Make it, a whole big party. Dr. Jackson can come back anytime.
Oh my goodness, yes.
That research that she had done on self-care, I think was amazing. Because again, going back to what we just said, who's talking about self-care for Black women? Now, I think we are starting to, because this conversation of the soft life, quiet quitting, or not even quiet quitting, quitting. Like, I'm taking care of
question. I have a question for you. Help me understand, what is this soft life? What is, I don't understand that.
Girl, that's that new stuff. That's okay. I don't know if you follow, and she might say I'm not the soft life, but if you follow Jackie Aina, who is #1 beauty guru, Black beauty guru, Kwame, our producer, knows her very well. I love Jackie Aina. Jackie Aina, I feel like, has what I would consider the soft life. Like she has a beautiful home. She gets up and she's steaming her sheets in the morning, and she has a sauna in her house, and she is living her life in a way that she's not stressed. She got a fiance who I think she done probably married him already and just ain't told us nothing. But it's like, I feel like she just has this life of luxury, without the added stress and strain that a lot of us as Black women have taken on. I posted a quote earlier today. I wonder if the weight that I'm carrying is not mine. And I think for us as Black women, we carry our weight and everybody else's. And soft life is like, get this shit off of me. It doesn't belong to me. And I'm finna go sit down. Because I need to save myself.
Okay.
So I think that's what soft life is.
Okay, so thank you for that. And I guess I would just reframe it a little bit for me, because I've tried to commit to rest. Yes. So for me, it's like, putting value and importance on rest. However, whatever that means for that person. But I know for me, it is really investing more time with the people I want to be spending time with, in that, yes, work is important and I'm going to do what I need to do, but it doesn't need to consume every aspect, second of my time. my waking time anyway.
Absolutely.
So, okay.
Yep. So, again, her research really helping people to understand, why maybe for us, we don't choose self-care because we're so used to doing everything and taking care of everything else. So I'd actually love to have her back and maybe some other folks that can help us talk through that. I think the episode on my trip to Ghana, I was hyped. I was over there and all the stuff. Woo! That was a great one. And I would love to do more of that. But I mean, of course, we got to check the money first. Woo! Well, somebody said, "Hey, are we gonna go to South Africa this year?" I was like, "The wallet says no."
Did you say the wallet says no?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, so we've kind of talked about our favorites and kind of mixed in what we would like to see. What else would you like to see?
We didn't get to do it, but something we had talked about one time is, having a session or an episode with men. Right. And we had talked about that, but we didn't get to do it. I would love to try to move that up and do that again or do that. I think that could be a really fun, interesting topic.
Yes.
And the other thing is I was thinking about this watching your episode on the single ladies. It's like you just said it not too long ago, just about the different things that happened in relationships, how much shame and guilt women have about things or the decisions they made. And, just kind of having a conversation about those things. I mean, I think my relationships, good and bad, especially even the bad ones, I always feel like there was a lesson there, right? So it's like, it's like, what is that lesson? And how do I think about that so I don't repeat it or whatever it is, or just like being clear about what I want and who I want to be with, but some kind of, circle of conversation here. And I don't know if it's appropriate to have any of those women that you got to meet that was a part of that show, maybe even join us in a conversation or something. I think that could actually be really cool.
I think so. And I also think, and I'll actually talk to them. I have, I'm able to kind of email or reach out. I actually was thinking maybe that could be, remember we wanted to do a live? We wanted to do an in-person. I keep saying we are live, in person. And in my brain, I don't know if you've been to the South Bay Galleria lately, but there is Barbara that owns Meet Me in the Dirt, where she's helping people embrace wellness, but she also helps them work through grief, but she does it through gardening. But we went up there, me and two of my classmates went up there because we were happened to be out that way. She has these beautiful rooms. I don't know what that space was before she got into there, but it's literally like, think of it like a clinic. And then there's all these like rooms in the back that you can rent out. I'm like, I wonder if we could use that space and try to do a live in person, maybe not a big whole bunch of people, but maybe have some folks and we just kind of, I'm gonna talk to her and see what she thinks. Because then we could hype her business up, of course, because we're there. So that might be something. And I definitely do want to talk to the folks of all the single ladies and see what they think. I mean, I'm sure it'd be fine, or, see what we can do about that. So one thing I wanted, another show idea I had.
Yeah.
There's a woman named Vonda Page that I follow on LinkedIn, and another woman named Tammy T. Both of them are on LinkedIn. And I think they have a class or course together on DEI work. And I follow them a lot. I actually have done a podcast with Vonda Page before. And for some reason today, I said to myself, is DEI D-I-E-D? Is DEI dead or died? Has it died? Because there's this conversation about, who's running this work? And then people put all these DEI folks in these spaces. And now that, 2 years have passed, now folks cutting budgets and those are the first people gone. And now it's turned into making certain people feel comfortable and we don't want them to be uncomfortable. But wait, but that's not what DEI is. And I want to talk to them. I don't know how I necessarily want to frame it yet, because I'm really like, I don't really want to frame it for that audience. I really want us to be a conversation about Black women and how we are trying to survive and thrive in these workspaces that are not designed for us. So I might need to, flesh that out with them. But they follow, if you haven't followed them, so follow them on LinkedIn and see what because they coming at it like, no, your job doesn't have a DEI program. You have a, what did she call it? She gave it a name. She said, y'all just playing lip service. And because nobody really wants to do the work. And I was like, man.
I mean, they have a point. I don't disagree with that, right? I don't disagree with that. Because I think, you had a lot, and I think some of this has also come in phases, because there was a book I read, I think it's, I'm drawing a blank, Diversity, Inc. I think it's a really good book, and it's kind of take you through kind of this corporate world of how DEI is kind of played out, or diversity has played out in some kind of has played out in different businesses, and the investment and what that means. And I have been struggling over the last several years with like some of the equity or DEI work, because a lot of it is mind changing, and it's not just a training, right, about microaggressions and all this other stuff. It's not about people feeling comfortable, because if everybody's feeling comfortable, then they're doing it right. Because this is about being uncomfortable and having really difficult conversations and hearing people, right? And until some of us acknowledge where we sit and hold privilege and what that means on the other side, then all of these things, that needle is not going to be moved, right? I just think some stuff needed to be just blown up, dismantled. We need to start from scratch, because things are so ingrained. And I feel like if you don't get to the root of it, it's really, you're just putting lipstick on a pig. It's just, that's all it is. And so I do, as someone who's in that space, trying to lead that, I've gotten to this place. It's really about transformation at different levels, right? And it's personal, it's individual, it's as a group, it's a collective. But if we don't really if we don't start to see the human or humanness in each other, we really don't get to the place of change. We got to see people. We got to see them in their whole selves, and we got to feel safe in a place, in an environment to actually bring our whole self.
That's right.
And which is not always easy. And I think our generations of stuff we've grown up to hear and puts these messages in our head. So we always are having to rethink what we say, how we say it, if we say something, what not to say, so that we don't give the crazy Black woman image, right? So, and then it's like you're pushing all of this stuff down, and it's like, I just want to show up and be me.
And be myself. Yep. And the thing about it is, we learn very early on that when people say, oh, we have a culture of transparency. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want to hear you really do not want to hear what I have to say. So I'm not going to say anything. And we've learned, because when you speak up, you become the angry Black woman. You become the complainer. Oh, this one's always got something to say. So you learn, well, you know what? When they ask for, we want to hear what you think. It's just open space. It's a safe space. It's not. It ain't safe. That's the title of my paper I just turned in for my last class. It ain't safe. Black psychological safety for Black public health employees. It ain't safe. Ain't nobody dumb. I'm not telling you, I'm not saying anything. And the only person I'm going to talk to is my colleagues that I know that I can talk to, right? So, yeah. I saw a comment pop up. Call me, bring it back. There were a couple of them.
Yeah, so two from Pamela, one about while she didn't know about what the Black-owned business in South Bay. I haven't been there in a minute,
There's actually
so
two.
I have to check that out.
There's two Black-owned businesses, Pam. There's Your Neighborhood Coffee and Tea, which is on the first floor next to Red Robin. Used to be a Starbucks. Starbucks left that space.
Okay.
And then if you go up the escalator, that's where Meet Me in the Dirt is. That's where Barbara's place is.
Okay.
Beautiful. It's like, wow. So please go by there.
Okay, I'll have to check it out. I don't do the malls and stuff no more, but I'll check it out.
But I went for that. Well, let me know. I'll go with you because the shoe store across the street.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm on the other side. And then Pamela also talked about, and I completely agree with her, DEI practices in companies is still just a smoke screen to say they're being progressive. Check the box, not truly transformational. And that's it, right? So for me, if it is not really changing behavior, thinking, practices, how we communicate, how we hear, how we make decisions, then you're really just kind of, you're being safe.
Right. Absolutely. And I think it becomes disheartening for people that are doing this work, right? That are going into these organizations, consulting, training, doing all the things, but get that pushback, right? Because ultimately it's like, okay, we'll agree. Oh, you're getting too far, asking for too much, back up. And then it's like, but this is where the work happens when we start to dig, and it doesn't happen. The other thing I'll say, and then we can, because I done said too much, is especially I feel really disappointed, especially in organizations. I talked to one of my professors about this because he does DEI work. He said, especially in these organizations that have missions that are supposed to be equity, inclusion. We care for everybody. You have these organizations that have these as their mission and vision. But then when you start digging inside and start talking to the staff or start looking around like, the outside say this, but then the inside don't match the outside. So I definitely want them to come on. I hope they agree. I tagged them on TikTok. I was like, hey, y'all. But I'll reach out to them in a little more formal channel via email to see if they'll come on with us. They actually do train employees and corporations and things like that. But it'd be really good to hear their perspective because I know, for example, Tammy T is like, baby, as a Black woman, save yourself. You guys are doing this DEI work, putting yourself out there and getting met with all kinds of barriers. Just save yourself. And I'm like, man, how are we going to change anything if we can't get in here and do the work? Nobody want to help
that part. It's that part. I mean, it's hard. And it is, yes, you need to save yourself. You need to protect yourself. You got to do all of that.
When they say drink water and mind your business, that's what they mean. Drink water, mind your business, and get your rest.
I'm gonna do it right
with your Tabitha Brown.
I'm drinking my water and minding my business right now.
So we need to do a follow-up episode with Fred Kelly. We want to try to do a live focused on what would be something about the relationship stuff, perhaps. Maybe have Dr. Jackson come back. We're going to see if Vonda and Tammy going to come on and talk to us about DEI and all the stuff that they're working on. All right, we got it. Oh, and the men. Try to get some men up in here.
Yes, we got it. That needs to be, that would be fun. Were we trying to do something with, Dante, were we trying to do something with him?
I think we were. I think we were going to try to bring him on or do something. I think we wanted to try to do the live at his work, maybe. But maybe were we going to have him for the men thing? I don't remember.
I don't remember now. But it was either bringing him on or something in collaboration or whatever. I mean, shoot, maybe we should bring our two shows together. And with the four of us. That could be funny and fun.
I think so. You should ask him. I got his birthday just passed. I'm gonna go over there and knock on his door and be like, "Hey."
That could be fun.
And see if we can make that work. All right, well, we got something to work on. You know me. We'll see. Because I'm like, oh shit, it's tomorrow. I'll have nothing. So that's what it reminds me to keep myself on task and on track. It's gonna be good. All right. I mean, I ain't got anything else we want to cover before we close on out?
What? It's that time already?
It is.
Oh my goodness, that went fast. That went fast. I'm glad to be back. And I'm looking forward to the show. I feel part of me feels like, oh my God, it's been such a long time.
The end of the year gets hard. When we get past like August, it gets hard because then it's my birthday. And every year we always skip my birthday because it comes up so fast. I'm never ready. So then it's like we didn't even have no September. And then it's like I think October, and then by the time Thanksgiving come around, it's like, child, I see you.
We gotta do better. We gonna do better. We gotta do better. I'm thinking new positive stuff for 2023.
That is our goal. It's not a resolution, it's a goal.
It's intention. It's intention.
All right, I'm gonna close out. Thank you, Pam, for commenting and stopping by, and everyone else for watching. We will see you next month with some more great content. Check me out on my website, www.NicoleDVick.com. Just now redone, revamped by the Pyro Media Network. You can buy books from me. I have books here in my house. You can pick them up, purchase them on the website, and I will ship them to you in a cute little package. Either my first book, Pushing Through, Finding the Light in Every Lesson, or my journal, Push Through, 52 Weeks of Light in Tough Times. You can start that journal anywhere. It's not dated. So week 1 could be next week. Follow me on TikTok. That's where I'm my true self on TikTok. I say all the things that I want to say on the TikTok. So follow me there. And then, me and the kiddo, we gonna get it back together and have our show come up soon. We've been talking about some stuff that's been happening, and she's really wanting to get back behind the camera and in front of the camera, and so you'll see us coming up soon. Just give us a minute. She 25, about to be 26. You got to be patient with the children, but we'll be back soon with her as well. All right, y'all. Thank you, Nosa, for joining me.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. See you next month. Bye.
Yeah.